Hello everybody, this is Master BC.
And this is Eric from Team Stardust.
This is Nick Rock.
Jeremy the Dragon Duelist.
Okay, in this video, we're going to be talking about Pokemon. So, Eric.
Okay, now, what do you guys honestly think of the Pokemon franchise when it first came out?
Now, when I first thought of Pokemon, I thought it's something fun for kids. I even have my Pikachu necklace on because Pokemon is one of my favorite things. I even have a poster over there. If you saw in my other videos, got that poster over there. Pokemon has been like my favorite thing ever since I was a little kid.
I grew up with it. It was there when I was little. It was pretty much was there when I was born. I watched it and I actually kind of liked it. I like the original base Pokemon, the original series Pokemon. That's mine.
So you like Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander, and Pikachu?
Yes. I like the original Pokemon.
I do have a shirt with that. I can't find it, but I'll find it sometime.
And my opinion of the original Pokemon was it was something new for me to watch while I was little, real little. But it came on real early, so I could always watch it. I was up early since I was like really little. I was like literally like 3 or 4 when I started watching it. It was a new experience for me because I haven't really watched any TV growing up except for that show, and that's been the only thing I've been watching.
Okay, and for me, I remember back in first grade, me and my cousin Matthew would come home from school and we would watch Pokemon right when we got into the door. And quite honestly, I just enjoyed the Pokemon franchise because I grew up with it. I know it. I like my Yu-Gi-Oh! Too, but Pokemon was the first anime that I have actually grown up with. Right?
Now, like, I've been around Pokemon all my life. Seeing the series grow, owning the new Pokemon games, Pokemon Moon, he owns Pokemon Sun.
That's true.
He has got one of the greatest teams I've ever seen. I was only able to defeat it once, but he took out most of my Pokemon while doing it.
It's true, I have formed a reliable team.
Now, if I was to battle Jeremy or Nick, I would win easily because they don't know the strategies about Pokemon.
That's a lie.
I only know Yu-Gi-Oh! Sort of.
And
I'm a little rusty.
And I've played the original DS games, so I'm familiar with the battling, but I'm not as much familiar with the Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, which I am familiar with Ruby and Sapphire, but Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire have switched.
Now, I'm gonna go on the topic, what is your favorite Pokemon?
From starter or any Pokemon.
Any Pokemon you choose as your favorite.
If I had to pick, my favorite Pokemon from the very beginning had to be Charmander. Because it is fun and friendly and just your average little fire lizard breathing Pokemon.
My favorite Pokemon from the original series would also have to be Charmander. His final form is one of the strongest forms you can use. And the newer series, he's a fire flying type, which there wasn't double types, I believe, in the first series.
We just all knew that Charizard could fly.
Yes, because he had wings and he was a dragon. Now in the newer series X, Y, and up, he has a Mega form, Charizard X.
And Charizard Y.
Charizard X is a fire dragon type. And his Y form would be a fire flying type still. They're both two different, but their strength and attack, like, differ. Charizard Y is more better with defense than Charizard X. So Charizard X's defense a little lowers, but his strength greatly increases. what is your favorite?
Mine would have to be Squirtle, because when I watched the very first video when Ash founded him, he was with this gang of turtles.
Squirtle Squad.
The Squirrel
Yeah,
Squad.
Squirtle Squad.
And then later on,
He gave it up to be with Ash, which takes, I want to be a rock star when I grow up. That, to me, it actually compels with me, because he gave up the life that he had to make sure it'd be better.
Well, the reason he gave it up is because, well, Ash saved him and the whole Squirtle Squad, basically.
Yeah.
then if you recall, they became the Squirrel Fire Squad, and Squirrel went with Officer Jenny for a while, and Ash only got Squirtle when he needed him for a battle or for help.
Yeah, that is true. Yours?
Okay. Mine is mostly a shock to most people. My favorite Pokemon from the original series would have to have been Mewtwo, because he perfectly cloned every single Pokemon from the original series and made them his own version. They did have the original moves, but you could tell sudden differences, especially between the two Pikachus. And the best scene between that entire movie was when all of them, well, it was the best and the saddest when Ash got turned to stone by the clash between Mewtwo and Mew. And then they all cried because he was turned to stone. And
Basically
then
killed.
Basically killed because he was turned to stone, couldn't move, and Pikachu couldn't do anything about it.
And when they all cried, he got resurrected.
Yeah, which was actually, when I watched that movie, I actually liked it. I loved that part.
We still have that movie somewhere. It's a VHS, but we can easily find it. It's somewhere around my house.
And just the scene itself gives you enough to feel sad for Ash and mainly Pikachu, because you could even tell that all of them were sad for Ash being turned to stone and dying. Even Mewtwo himself, you could tell, was crying.
Well, Mewtwo was crying because he brought this on a human life and he didn't want to do it. So, casing that he was upset for doing something he wasn't meant to do. He wanted to destroy mankind, but doing it crushed him in a place that he never knew was existing.
That's true.
And also his new return. Yes, his voice did change, which not much people like.
It actually kicked me off.
Yeah, I loved his old voice.
Like, when that came out, I was like, that is not Mewtwo's voice. That is not his voice.
That's not his voice, because in the other Pokemon movie, when Mewtwo comes back and Ash is in Johto, they meet again.
Which they could have kept his real voice. They changed it for no reason.
But the only thing is, when you see Mewtwo again, you feel nostalgic, because he does say he will return in the last movie that was done. And this time you actually get to see him with a new Pokemon, Genesect. Which, Genesect is a machine, but he used to be an actual fossil Pokemon, so he could have been an evolution to one of the older Pokemons and we wouldn't have known about it.
Well, the theory is Genesect is a third evolution from Kabuto, the fossil Pokemon. They even theorized it, the Pokemon franchise themselves theorized it as it could have been Kabuto's final form, but it was never released. So the people from the Genesect movie, the bad guys, turned the final form into a unstoppable machine, creating a basic paradox. Because basically they went back in time to do so.
And now, for the other main question would be, is what would be your other favorite Pokemon besides from starters? Anyone in general? What would you guys say from what series, what region?
My favorite Pokemon now would have to be Litten from Pokemon Sun and Moon. Because it is a fire cat and he trains with Ash to learn his first move, basically, which is Ember.
And then Fire Fang too.
Yeah. If it wasn't for Ash, he would have never learned Ember or Fire Fang.
Nope.
He didn't want to go with Ash at first, but because of that, Stoutland helping him, Ash helping Stoutland, made Litten realize Stoutland's going to be gone soon, and I'm going to need somebody to help me, so he chooses Ash as his companion.
And so far, what I've watched, they do get along pretty well.
Yeah, I love the series. I need to watch the newer episodes now that's in English. Now watching them in Japanese English sub kind of confuses me. I'm not very much of a Japanese speaker. Watching the subs is like so confusing because I can't read very well. And it just makes it way more convincing just watching it in English.
And well, Nick, you have an opinion?
It was in that one series. I can't remember. It was part of a movie. It was where it was with Brock, Ash, May, I think was her name, and her little brother.
Max?
Yeah, it was that one that was for the ocean.
Kyogre?
No, it was only in the movie. It was that little.
Manaphy.
Yeah.
Manaphy's on my poster over there.
It was that one. I actually kind of liked it because it brought the sea creatures another step forward. Because in the beginning Pokemon, I saw I think a lot more involvement of ground than I did see of ocean when I watched it. I'm a little rusty on the whole thing. I haven't watched Pokemon in a long time.
Alright. Now, you have a question in mind.
Well, first I have to say mine.
Well, first, I want you to actually look at how much time we've gone through. Go up there and check the time. What's it at?
12:53.
Alright, we've got a lot more time.
Okay, my Pokemon is, in fact, Rayquaza. Because of the reason in the Destiny Deoxys movie, he battles 2 Deoxyses and then becomes friends with them, which makes you want to believe, what do you think of Rayquaza and how does he change per se? Because he's seen something entering the atmosphere that he did not want entering because he didn't know what it was. It was the alien Pokemon Deoxys, which, in the new games, is actually an Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire catchable, so is Rayquaza, which you could interact that entire battle over again with a new Mega form, which doesn't really help out too much, but it does up the stats a lot. And back to you.
So, the question I've had in mind is, if you actually ever played a Pokemon game, or haven't, what kind of team would you think is the best for dueling the champions?
Good question. Well, for Pokemon Sun, though, my team has did pretty well against the Elite Four. The Pokemon League they put together would be Litten, not Litten, but to Incineroar now was a Litten. To Flygon, my special Ash Greninja, and my Galio and pretty much my team was pretty well, but my Greninja came from the demo, which you can only get that special form. But other than that, it was a pain, I will admit.
Now, my team wasn't very equipped. I had Incineroar, I had Lunala, which, if you all know, is the legendary for Pokemon Moon. I had, I can't remember the other 4, but like, I didn't have any revives, and I forgot to get some potions. So fighting the Elite Four took a lot out of me, especially fighting Professor. I forgot his name. Professor Kukui.
Kukui, yeah.
Fighting Professor Kukui took a lot more out of me. Actually, I do remember I had a Pokemon with an Electrium Z. I had Incineroar with his special Incendium Z. Well, Incinerium Z. I had a Ghostium Z on Lunala. I had one with I believe Darkium. That's all I can remember.
At the time, I had Pikachu on my team, but now he's in a box. So.
Yeah. I have my Pikachu from Pokemon Y. I transferred it over to my Pokemon now. My Pokemon's Moon. So, I don't use him much, but I still use him.
Well, I haven't played a Pokemon game in a while, so I don't know all the future games and all their Pokemon. But I think if I was in the zone, I'd probably get the type of Pokemon that is suitable to probably my style. Like, try to get the strongest versions of the Pokemon if I can, and they're a unique style. I don't know what those would be, but yeah.
Alright, Jeremy, you had to pick the best team. What would it be?
My best team, I'm going to tell you 2 teams. The one that I actually used on my Pokemon Heart Gold, and then one that I think would be best for the Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon when I finally get to play them. Okay, Heart Gold first. I had Deoxys, Darkrai, Mewtwo, Kyogre, Groudon, and what was it? Blastoise.
So you basically had every legendary team with the starter.
Yes. And the best team I would think would be Arceus, because he could be any form. Then I would go for Solgaleo with Necrozama infused, and also Lunala, same thing. Then I would also go with the one Pokemon that
long fucking time ago
goes against creation, which is Giratina, because the different dimension. Then I would go Deoxys, and for my final one, it would be Mewtwo for different reasons, mainly because of the Mega forms. And I didn't put Rayquaza on there because in the Sun and Moon he couldn't Mega Evolve, so.
Okay, I'm gonna throw this question out. I know you don't know the Mega Evolutions, but I want you all to see what our favorite Mega Evolutions were. Eric?
Okay, for my favorite Mega Evolution, I'd go with Charizard X because the battle between Ash and Alon, and many times that Ash and Alon have battled, he has always used his lovely and companion Charizard. So, Charizard X looks kind of cool with the flames coming out of his mouth, all blue, and he knows Dragon type moves as well. And if I had to pick another favorite Mega Evolution, I would have to go with Mega Blastoise because 3 cannons. Well, look out! He may end up blasting you in the sky.
Okay, my favorite Mega Evolution would probably have to be, like, if I do believe, Alakazam, because his Psychic type moves increase dramatically. So, if you use a Psychic type move on any of Pokemon other than a Ghost and Dark type, that's a basically instant KO, especially at level 100.
Mine, the first one ain't a Mega Evolution. It's actually Primal Reversion Groudon. But then my second favorite was the Mega Evolution for Rayquaza. Since he did get a new Mega Evolution, but they were actually supposed to make him a Primal Evolution, but they didn't want to come out with Delta Emerald, which I'm sad about, or whatever the new Emerald would have been called.
Yeah, I think it was called Thema Emerald, or supposedly.
But if they came out with that, everybody would want to use Rayquaza more than they do now, since he doesn't have his Mega form in the new Sun and Moon, possibly not even have his Mega form in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
And then, probably for the last and final question would be, if you have a favorite legendary from what series, what would you guys think it would be?
Mine, my favorite legendary would have to be Lunala. Lunala's Ghost type move, Moongeist Beam, is so powerful. I can instantly KO any Pokemon that can be damaged by a Ghost type move. It is really awesome, and I love it. What was your favorite?
Mine would have to be Warlord.
Wailord.
Yeah, Wailord. Because
Well, Wailord ain't a legendary.
well, when I saw him, to me he looks legendary because he's humongous. I'm talking about that, not Wailord. It is not Wailord. It's that big one, the big guy.
Kyogre?
Yeah, Kyogre.
That's a legendary.
Yeah, Kyogre. He's humongous. He's big. And when I see that, I'm like, that is a Pokemon. Pokemon. It shows that legendaries are big and tough.
Right off the bat, you guys knew this was coming, and I picked Arceus. Because of the many forms he can take, and he can also battle up against any Pokemon and guarantee a win at all times.
And for mine, I would have to go with my legendary on my team, so Galio, because with his Sunsteel Strike, it is legitimately awesome.
I have a Solgaleo in my team now. My team right now is Incineroar, Tapu Lele, Solgaleo, Lunala, Yveltal, and Xerneas.
And for the final question,
I already had that was the final
No.
question.
Yeah.
I'm saying Team Ultra Sun or Team Ultra Moon.
Let's go with Team Ultra Sun, that'd be me.
I'm a Moon.
say Moon because it sounds more
Sounds more dark and
calm and relaxing.
Okay, Jeremy, since it's your question, what would you pick?
I would pick Ultra Sun.
so this is a tiebreaker.
Yes,
Alright.
it is.
Alright, I have one because I've been listening, I've been playing. And this is the very last one. This was just the newcomers one. Alright, if you would have to pick which season would you pick? Would be your favorite series, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever it
Good
is.
question.
My favorite
Yeah.
series right now, I'm gonna have to go with Sun and Moon. I love how it is. It's weird how they reanimated Ash, but I still love the series.
And for me, I actually have two. I like the XY and XY and Z series that they made, even though they're separate series, but still the same. Because how they reanimated everything was awesome, and how well it was put into play. And I'd say Sun and Moon as well, because I actually watch every new episode that I get a chance to.
For me, it would have to be both the original and Sun and Moon, because in the original you had Misty, Brock, and Ash. In Sun and Moon they brought back Misty, Brock, and Ash.
But they're not on that part yet in English.
Oh yeah, they are. I already saw that. Well, you see the first part of it in English, so they probably already did the second part now, where Kiawe battles Brock and Ash battles Misty.
Yeah, which
I saw that in Japanese English sub, and I thought, I was shocked how both Brock and Misty now have Mega Stones, as Brock uses Mega Steelix and Misty uses Mega Groudon. Well, not Groudon, Mega Gyarados.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And Pikachu, when he's battling Mega Gyarados, he gets trapped in a tornado. Pikachu uses Thunderbolt and jumps on the Thunderbolt, the electricity, to get out. And then finally destroys Gyarados. That-
Ouch.
That is actually something I thought was never possible. I'm like, I love that.
That'd be pure genius right there.
If you could actually do that in the games, I would so totally do that every time I get trapped in a vortex.
Alright. My favorite would be the original one and the one with May and Max, because those were my childhood. They were my childhood.
Diamond and Pearl did not have
oh
Mega
wait, no,
Max.
that was Diamond.
It was
Ruby and Sapphire,
That's not the series name.
but it's based on the games.
So, I guess that's gonna be it for this episode, this video. This is
I'm Eric from Team Stardust.
Jeremy, the Dragon, Duelist.
and Nick Rock.
We hope you all have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you're doing. And this is all of us signing off.